Namaskaram. We are in Mahabharatam. We are uh, in the third Parvam, Vanaparvam, and in that we are in the Tirtha Yatra, the pilgrimage of the Pandavas, guided by sage Lomasha. He took them to visit the holy places with the hope that uh, the Pandavas, feeling lonely because Arjuna was away for many years, so for a change, they wanted to visit pilgrimage centers, and Lomasha took them. And in the last story, we went to the place where Ganga was there, and Lomasha narrated how Ganga was brought down to earth from heaven by King Bhageeratha to give them salvage from, they were cursed by sage Kapila, and only with the touch of holy Ganga water they would be saved and they would get to heaven. So for that, Bhageeratha's father and grandfather both tried years of penance but didn't succeed, and Bhageeratha persisted, and after long years of deep meditation Ganga appeared. We have finished that story. Bhageeratha had to please Shiva after meditation, long meditation to him, and Shiva was pleased. He agreed to hold Ganga when it fell high from heaven. And then Vasishtha was asked by Ganga to lead her where Bhageeratha wanted Ganga to flow. So Bhageeratha walked ahead and took Ganga to the place where his ancestors, 60,000 ancestors, had perished, and they all got salvation. There is a small event in this, sub-event, which is not in Mahabharata, at least here, but it is popularly narrated, maybe in Ramayana. I'm not sure. I'm sure I definitely heard it, and it is that after long years of meditation to please Ganga and then to please Shiva, finally Ganga started moving, and Ganga flew through the hermitage of sage Jenhu, and Jenhu's hermitage was flooded, and the sage became very wild. He drank the whole Ganga dry. So there was not a drop of Ganga left. Whole thing was drunk by Jenhu. So what to do? Bhageeratha again started meditating on Jenhu, and the sage was pleased, and he let off Ganga through his 2 ears. That's what they believe. And hence Ganga has the name Janhavi, that Jenhu's daughter, Janhavi, or Jenhu Tanaya. But Ganga is also known as Bhageerathi because it was Bhageeratha who brought Ganga from heaven to earth. Tripathaga, because after falling, Ganga took three three uh, branches. So that is why Ganga also was known as Tripathaga. And anyway, after uh, Jenu was pleased, uh, Bhageeratha continued the journey and took Ganga the way he wanted. And that is the story of Ganga. And then Lomasha took Pandavas to river Nanda, on the Himalayas. So they had to climb uh, high in Ganga and reached a place where Nanda was flowing, and there the mountain looked very strange in that uh, it was highly windy. It is very difficult to stand. So such was the force of the wind. And because of the force of the wind, rocks were flying here and there. So it was dangerous too. And always there was drizzling. And also there was, in the morning and evening, you can hear Brahmins doing Swadhyaya, means chanting parts of the Veda, but you couldn't see anyone. You could hear the sound, but can't see anyone. And you would also see fire being lit at different places, but you would see none performing the fire ceremony, the rituals. And there were wasps who would sting those who tried to meditate and disturb their meditation. And Lomasha explained that one sage by name Rishabha did years of, hundreds of years of meditation, and because he became very famous as a sage of great meditative power, many people came to pay respect and became a nuisance. So the sage ordered Himalaya, come on, I can't stand visitors who come all the time. So make it very difficult, impossible for them to come. Whatever ways, you have strong wind blowing, you have rain falling, you have wasps flying around. Whichever way you can prevent them, do that. And that was how Lomasha explained. And not only that, it is said that gods have been visiting this place and performing yaga, yajna, in the morning and evening, the rituals, havans. And they used to take bath in the river Nanda. So that is why this place has become very holy. So Lomasha asked the Pandavas to take bath there, and that would certainly remove all sins. And after that, Lomasha took them further up Himalaya, up and northeast, and took them to where Viswamitra performed years of deep meditation. I think the story of Viswamitra will come in detail somewhere else. But here, Lomasha explained that he showed the hermitage of Viswamitra. See, though Viswamitra was not there anymore, he must have gone to heaven, wherever. But the hermitage was still there, because that was how it worked in those days. A sage would have his disciples who would keep the hermitage in good condition. Even after the sage dies or goes elsewhere, whatever it is, the disciples will maintain the hermitage, and they will have their own disciples. So it will continue as a you know Gurukula center. So Vishwamitra's hermitage was still there, and Lomasha pointed it to the Pandavas, and Vishwamitra, by the by, is very famous because of his years of meditation and the power he acquired. And he was the person who perceived, who gave the Gayatri Mantra to the world. The mantra occurred to him in his mind. It's not that he composed it like any other mantra. It was given to him by gods in his vision. And because Gayatri Mantra is considered the mother of all mantras, Vishwamitra became very famous. So when we chant Gayatri, we say Gathino Viswamitra. Viswamitra was the son of Gathi. In the race of Kaushika. So he was Kaushika Viswamitra, and Gathi's son, Gathino Viswamitra also. And that was Vishwamitra's hermitage. And with that, we stop today's story. Next day, we'll go to the story of Rishyasringa, which is again another interesting and important story. Today our time is up. Namaskaram.